Queensland Government will today unveil a plan to lock in the state's tourism future to capitalise on all the exposure it gets around the 2032 Olympics. Joining us live now is the Queensland Premier David Crisafulli. Premier, very good to see you this morning. So, what's the sell? What are you going to do?
Good morning, Peter. It's 45 new eco-tourism projects by 2045 to make the most of our beautiful natural environment that I don't think we've enabled those operators and ambitious people to capitalise on. It's an events attraction strategy to make this state the events capital of the globe. It's about making sure that we can remove red tape for those operators. It is a genuine 20-year vision to bring the best and the brightest here to Queensland. And if you couple that with our vision to get new flights into the place as well, my commitment is that by the end of this term we're going to have direct flights from India as well as a way of connecting people. We do believe the state is on the cusp of something really, really special. You mentioned 2032. Yes, the eyes of the world will be on us for a few weeks, but it's about what we can do in the meantime to develop that new product, to get those new airline routes, to make sure that our tourism operators are profitable and ready to go. And then it's the afterglow after the event. This is genuinely a big picture vision, but more than that, it's a plan to execute it. And we do believe that Queensland's best tourism days lie ahead.
Give me an idea of what you want event-wise. I mean, as Melbourne is the sporting capital of the country, but Brisbane's got Magic Round, which is terrific. But is there anything else that you're looking to pinch? Anything else that you want to try and get, other than the Olympics, of course?
Well, of course, we'll look to pinch things, to use your words, but there's also the opportunity to bring things here that we've never seen in the country. And that's one thing the Minister is spending a lot of time on. We announced a couple of weeks ago that we've secured the Royal Military Tattoo. Now, that was pegged in for 2 shows and already that's sold out with more to come. Now, I know that's an event that's been held before in the nation, but Queensland's never had a crack at that. We unashamedly went and targeted it and we've delivered it. Yes, there are some events in other parts of the state which we'd like to come here. I won't get into an arm wrestling war with my fellow Premier colleagues, but I'll make this point. What we're offering is not just throwing money on the table, it's more than that. It's about making sure that there are generational plays to benefit the event or the organisation that's coming here, as well as the state. And you mentioned Magic Round. My vision is to take that to the next level and to look at ways that we can truly energise every part of Queensland and develop resources into it. And that's good news for the rugby league, the NRL, as well as it is for us. So we genuinely are ambitious about the state.
Humour me, Premier. What's something that you'd like from another state?
Well, Pete, I reckon the Live Golf is pretty special, and sorry, Melly, if you're watching at home and you just choked on your cornflakes, it'd be good to get that. But hey, we don't have to steal something like that. The opportunity for 2 Live Golf events in Australia, in my mind, we could easily sustain. But there's a number of other things that have never been held before in this country, and without flagging them too much, I think you'll be hearing a little bit more about that in the months ahead. All
right. Locking in events will be much easier once a new stadium has been built. When will work on that stadium start?
Well, we've put in place the board to do that, and we've had to remove some of the planning hurdles. So funding for that will be in our first budget. That is only one of many projects that you'll see underway, and it's important that we do have that plan to deliver venues and generational infrastructure across the state. You're going to see a big investment in infrastructure in Queensland in our first budget. I'm not letting the cat out of the bag when I say Queenslanders will sit up and take notice and realise how serious we are. We are a growing state. And my commitment to Queenslanders is we are going to deliver the infrastructure, things like roads and rail, as well as that sporting infrastructure to protect our lifestyle as we grow. And I'm not going to sit on our hands. I'm not going to wait for it to happen. I'm not going to wait for the crisis to then deliver things. We have to get cracking, and people are going to see a hell of a lot of work starting this financial year.
So when do you want the first shovel in the ground, so to speak, Vic Park?
Well, there are a number of projects. You'll see shovels in the ground on some other projects within months. In terms of Vic Park, well, obviously it's a big project and it'll take a lot of planning. We work backwards from 2032. It has to be open by 2032. I think we can do a little better than that. My other commitment and our other focus is we're going to keep the Gabba operational until then. My vision for 2032 would be to see a brand new stadium at Victoria Park, which will be the home of some of our most memorable events. And I'd love to see a cricket grand final, hopefully Australia versus India, at the Gabba as its swan song before it makes way for an amazing urban renewal precinct for this city. So, look, we are on the cusp of some exciting times.
Okay, just a couple of other items this morning, if you don't mind, Premier. Median house prices in Brisbane, they're about to climb over that $1 million mark. How are you going opening up more homes?
Well, it shows how situation critical it is and why the things that we've promised to do and we are doing are so important. So here's some things we're doing. We're putting a record funding for councils to open up more infrastructure to get lots on the ground, and the KPI on that is it needs to deliver product immediately if we're to fund it. We've removed stamp duty for new homes entirely at any level for any first home buyer looking to buy or build their first brand new home. We've removed a regulation that stopped them renting out a room to help them get them in, and we'll be having more to say about a shared equity scheme for those people who don't have access to the bank of mum and dad. Our focus is on getting people particularly into new homes. The crisis that we're in Queensland is because of three things, and that is a lack of supply, a lack of supply, a lack of supply. And I've heard all this talk about people from market manipulation, etc. That's not the issue. The issue is we have not built enough product because of the people who want to come here, and quite frankly, why wouldn't they want to come here? So our focus is to deliver the infrastructure which will open up more supply, and that will stop that, particularly at the bottom end of the market, that massive pressure that has seen prices rise so quickly. We want to see good sustainable price rises so people can invest with confidence, but what we can't have are the massive spikes, particularly at the bottom end of the market, and we believe with a calm and measured delivery of supply we can help that.